All right, we are back with episode 5 of the Gap Year, and we brought on
Sleeves is young.
NoSleeves.
What an opening! What an opening!
Who's past his bedtime right now? My bedtime.
He's thrilled to be here, folks.
He's thrilled to be here, and everyone might be noticing once again to start off the podcast. And I don't think we're going to see him pop in this week, but we are missing JoshFearless. And word on the street is it's his sister's wedding this weekend, but my issue with it is I haven't heard from him in 5 days, and I had to go in his Discord and find out from all of his little gremlins that that's what he's missing from.
There's only one explanation. He's dead.
That's it, bro. Dude, Josh lives like it's 1992, but like we live in 2020, so it's like when he's got something going on, bro, the phone's gone, and it's like there's no cell phone at all. No. He gets a text message, and he'll like look at it and won't respond for weeks, and eventually just a new topic has to start.
Unless it's a hot piece of Latina ass, dude, there's no reply coming back. Dude, I'm telling you right now.
I mean,
he does love the ladies, huh?
Even when like we're sitting here and like he'll be streaming, I'll be like, Josh, check your phone, and he'll be like, oh, where is it? Where to go? And he like looks under his bed sheets, and I mean, he never knows where it is. So it's maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but I mean, it's tough getting 1 hour of his busy time during the week. He's really busy. He's got that big job he's doing, and he's got that schoolwork. Oh wait, no.
No, he's got a job now.
No, it was all sarcasm.
No.
I was gonna say, Josh. He's
on an endless gap year. So
he's
we love the gap years.
Once every 2 weeks.
Yeah, once every 2 weeks. So we had to bring on Sleevesy. It's been long overdue. He's obviously in the same age bracket as me and Johnny Wayne over here. We're some of the older members.
I like this. Dude. We are old. We are old.
We are old, but we
you can tell from the gameplay, boys. Like, dude, it's gone downhill.
Dude, mine was done at 19.
Well, some of you old fellas are getting together, and you guys are going to Vegas here soon with Cammy Lance, right? You guys got that trip coming up.
We are. We're going for Cammy's 30th birthday.
Court's birthday too. Court's 30th.
Dude, I keep forgetting. Wait, but dude, isn't it like earlier in October?
No,
is it
same day. 28th.
Dude, for whatever reason, I thought it was like August 26th for some reason. I know
October 28th, so it's gonna be 6. So, gonna cruise down to Vegas.
There's gonna be.
I can't wait for, dude. You know what? I've been to Vegas so many times. I've never actually hit a nice steakhouse down there ever. There's so many. There really is. So I do want to hit that this time. I'm always
STK is the one all the Blues go to. I know that. That's in the Cosmopolitan.
Okay.
We gotta hit something like that up.
I know the owner of Craft Steakhouse too. That one's pretty good too.
What was that place with the pizza pie? You know what I'm saying? Like it was like a lasagna. Giordano's?
Yeah, maybe.
I think it's called Giordano's, bro.
That's from Chicago too. That's the deep dish, right?
Dude, it was a cake, bro. It was bad.
Was that during GWC you guys went there?
Yeah. Oh, man. I gotta touch on that, man. Dude, GWC 2019 I've now just come to the realization now after like this whole last year of traveling again, like it'll never be better than that week, dude.
No. I'll never forget, Slaves, when we rolled into we just got back from the NHL awards, and you were obviously feeling it, and we go straight to the hotel bar, which if you've been to Vegas, man, it's the most expensive shots you'll ever buy.
Well, I bought 15 fireball
shots, dude.
Let me tell you, that was in U.S., so when I woke up the next day, that was a problem.
Hey, this was when Sleeves was just starting, like...
Dude, I did not have the money for that, dude. I did not have the money for that.
He was just starting, like getting streaming going. I mean, he was streaming for a while, but...
And I had to pay for all that to go to all the Vegas things to try and talk to Chris Gollier.
It's not Chris Gollier, it's
It's Goglier.
John Wayne calls him Chris Gallagher.
Gallagher.
Hey, Chris, I love you, by the way, man. Keep me around.
Since we're talking about back when Sleeves, like in the beginning, I gotta go back. We gotta go back from the very beginning, and I'll let Sleeves like break it down. But my first interaction with Sleevesy was Lease Gaming. First, like I almost feel like it was like I guess it was the second like real esports tournament because of Snyder Cup. But like that was the first one I remember like that I got to go to, and like it was a lot of us there. It was like me, Josh, Gren, Pens,
Mivs.
No, Mivs wasn't there. Mivs showed up.
Mivs was there. He showed up
the second one. So Sleazy comes up to me and my wife, and I'll be honest, like because I wasn't like really big into even Twitch back then, but like I didn't even know who Sleaze was because like of like Twitch, right? Like, cause he wasn't like really like streaming, I don't think a ton or anything yet. He came up with the tank top on. He's like, "Hi, I just want to."
Oh, that was back. That was back when I earned my gimmick.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm no sleeves, and I was thinking like, man, this dude's like I think he's like a bodybuilder, like wanting to be a bodybuilder or something. Yeah, because he came up. I mean, he was like, dude, it was cold. Like we're wearing like winter coats, and Sleazy comes.
It was October, bro. It was October.
It was cold in Canada. Like my wife was pregnant. I remember her like we were like freezing. I remember walking to the building. Like we like cut through buildings just to get there. And it was so cold, I remember.
Real sports, bro.
Yeah, and Sleazy had the tank top, and that was my first time ever meeting Sleazy. And then, like, since then, it's just been like, pew! So, like...
Bro, I have the best picture with Regsy when he was, like, 16 and his dad brought him. Yep. At that thing, bro, I have this picture where I look not the same, and Regsy is just a little baby. It's, like, my favorite picture. Oh, yeah. It's so good. That event was fun, man.
That event was great. And then Regsy's dad took me out after for a steak dinner. And Regsy's like, I can't believe you're taking the guy out that beat me for a steak dinner. I'm like, it was your dad. Like, his dad's a beauty. Regsy's dad is the best. Just like, and
he's the nicest guy.
It doesn't surprise you because then his son's a great guy too. You know what I mean? So it's like, doesn't fall far. It's just, you know,
it's so funny because like you lose in like champs or rivals or whatever, and you just want to blast whoever it is. And Regs will blow the barn doors off you, but you legitimately can't be upset because he's just so stupidly nice.
That is the one person that I actually have lost money games and I just don't want to kill him. Like, I don't know why.
Dude, yo.
But bro, honestly, I want to kill everybody that beats me money games. It doesn't matter who you are. Like, I still want to kill you. But
no,
but like, Regs is just super nice. Yeah.
That's like Josh. Like, Josh will be, like, sitting next to you, and you think you're his boy. I remember, like, he was beating me, like, 2-0 in that Least Gaming, and he's like, Padre, I think, you know, like, that you're beating me. Because they kept getting the names wrong. And then I come back and beat him, and then he was silent. Like, he was silent. Like, he didn't say a word. And then he's like, I can't believe this crap. And he just, like, walked around the whole time. But, so, like, Sleazy, where did it go when... we gotta go back to the beginning here, and this is just like for all the viewers out there, because I kind of know the story, but you were doing something with like the Niagara transportation, right? And then you were just like, I'm kind of sick of this, right?
Bro, so my old man works for Niagara Transit, and like I was working for a company called like Sport Check. And it's like Dick's. It's like the biggest sporting goods company in Canada.
I think
and I was like
Dick's because they actually have hockey stuff there. So.
Yeah, it's mostly to be honest, it's mostly hockey. But I was like in charge of like fraud. So like I would go and like somebody would be ordering like 15 snowboards to like Florida, and they'd be using like a Taiwan credit card. And I'd be like, what? I'd have to go in and like Facebook check their like neighbors and see if they're like real real people, not just credit card scams and stuff. It was actually really fun. I liked my job. But then I started like streaming, and I was like, you know, like at least you try. So like my wife at the we've been married like a year. She was like, all right, I'll give you 2 years, and if you know after that, go get a real job. So the first year was a little touch and go, but the second year we're in business. But there was a lot of bumps along the way. Let me tell you, like GWC like 2019, I think I only had like 5,000, 6,000 YouTube subs. Like I wasn't.
What are you at now?
But like,
what are you at now? What are you at now?
Like 40 now, like 40.
40,000?
Which isn't like even still in the grand scheme of like YouTubers, it's not that big.
No, that's still great though.
Let's rate it in terms of NHL YouTubers. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I do like the fact that you've came up in the MLB a little bit too this year. You know what I mean? Like seeing from the outside. It's pretty cool to see because the games work so great as far as time frame. NHL's kind of done. And then
it's the best like second game. I kind of screwed myself though, because dude, I played 400 hours in the first month. My urge to play it now is it killed it, bro. I'm not even over exaggerating. I put 400 hours because that was the subathon
area, right?
So that was the subathon. The whole month was the subathon, bro. I think I played NHL for like a combined like 5 hours.
Right. Are you doing a subathon for NHL 23?
Yeah. It'll be completely different though, man.
Now,
like that
you're
was.
Not gonna do 6 minutes.
You gotta add some minutes or lower the minutes.
I'm gonna it was 6 minutes in that. I'm gonna go like 3, and I'm gonna cap it at like.
I would do 1 for sanity.
Nah, because like I'm gonna cap it at like a week, I think. And the whole sleeping thing is kind of crappy, like. Because, you know, like, you're sleeping on stream.
At some point, dude.
Yeah, but people are paying you to, like, keep it live, and I was, like, sleeping, like, 6 hours. So it's, like, what I might do is, like, I might stream while I'm sleeping, but pause the timer for whatever, you know, maybe while I'm sleeping. But I'll probably lower it and then just go, like, a week.
Yeah, it'd probably be nice to go to bed, you know what I mean? Like, Like
that was tough, bro. Like
that would be the toughest part, dude. I couldn't do it. I like being. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like being the little spoon in bed, dude. And I don't know if I could sleep on the couch. For a
dude,
long
now,
time.
bro. Now that summer's like full grown, bro. Who doesn't like getting cuddled, bro?
Like, if you don't like getting cuddled, man, something's wrong.
Yeah, dude. Everyone has a bad day and just wants to be snuggled up.
Yeah, I like being a little spoon, dude. I mean,
are you the little spoon at Carson or Court?
No, of course.
Dude, does Carson sleep at your feet or like right?
No, Carson don't sleep in the bed, dude. This fuck gets too hot, man. I don't know. It's kind of a blessing though, because dude, I think that he would take up the whole bed, dude.
She Summer like sleeps at her feet, but like lately she's been jumping off and falling asleep on the floor.
I have both 65, 70 pound basset hounds in my bed.
That's absurd, bro.
One sleeps in between me and my wife, and the other one sleeps at my feet. I'm not even kidding.
Every night. Same spot every night.
Every night. And one goes underneath the covers. I don't know how he sits in there all night long, but
dude, hound dogs are so loud too.
But the sleeping on stream was tough. The sleeping on stream was tough, dude.
Like back to that,
45 days that lasted. Which is like I'm blessed, but like dude, sure. I ruined my back. Like I go to the chiropractor like once every 2 weeks now to fix it. I put on like I want to say like realistically about like 15 pounds. By the end of it, I was like the heaviest I've ever been. I'm working on it though, dude. 75 hard. Stewie knows Andy Frisella. I'm like 3 weeks in it, and I'm down quite a bit. I'm feeling pretty good. But nonetheless, it was psychotic, bro. Like there was a point where like for a week straight, it was over 100 hours, which is like 5 days, and I was just like. I remember going up to like take a shower and like this guy was like, "How many hours?" I'm like, 100. Like just like I don't know when this is gonna end. But yeah, like I was blessed.
I'm surprised you didn't take the boys to the shower, fucking, throw the fucking screen up there.
That's what Josh would do, bro. I'd be like, Twitch won't care. Twitch won't take me down for this. Like,
I'm not saying to show the big old schlong that you got hanging down your knees, but I'm saying
laughing back and forth, huh?
No, like
at least the scrubbing in the hair,
so like going back though, like I know we're talking about the subathon, but going back to like where you kind of started too, like I think a lot of it they kind of took off for at least like not the YouTube stuff, but because I always look at you in like two things. Like you got your Twitch, which is kind of like intertwined with your YouTube, and then you have like your it's like two careers. Like you have your content side, and then you have like your esports side, which like almost can like parlay you almost into like a whole new thing. Like you've talked about, to me at least personally, like hey, like I might do if the Ice Dogs play-by-play thing comes open, like I might go from being
a
play-by-play from video game standpoint to like a real like a real team. So I go back always to those infamous Saturdays, and I think it was
those
NHL
Cavs and Leafs, bro.
17 or 18 we did, like it was like every weekend for a while there was a tournament, and Sleeves
NHL 19
Discord, and we had a huge Discord, and we'd all sit in there and watch how everyone was doing and stuff like that, and Sleeves would like broadcast the game, and then it got a little out of hand because some people came in and said some stuff, and then Sleeves had to shut it down.
Hold on, what? I missed that. I missed that part, dude. We need to go into that a little bit.
As much as that was,
bro, you don't remember Foresight jumping in.
Where into the stream,
dude? When we was in Integrity, I was doing like a GWC like watch party. Yes. And he came in and just said some out of pocket stuff.
Oh no, I don't.
It was just typical stuff.
The most famous, bro, was when Kesso got knocked by Dirty Duster in NHL 20, and he went angry dad in the watch party Discord, and I've never been more terrified to speak in my life, dude.
Same, honestly, same. I just got done beating Rick, I think, and I came in there, and yeah, dude, that was probably one of the most death-defying streams I've ever heard.
Well, dude,
bro, he's
so mild-mannered, so like.
Yeah.
When he popped in, like, I just remember he came in and, like,
I did feel for him.
We all did. I just got eliminated myself, so I was in there like, oh my, like, I'm eliminated again, and he got eliminated again, because me and him have always felt like we were like.
You guys have always been the best at fucking, like, even from 2018 US and all that. I mean, you go back.
We were good enough to be there, but like, I remember. I came in, I was telling Sleeves about it, and then like he pops in, and like if I remember
30 seconds.
They imitated it, and I can't scream right now, but he was like, I'm so sick of this game. These freaking like losers, like this little kid, this team's dead. And he was like mother effing this kid, and he went nuts, and then just left. And I remember Sleeves goes,
just left, bro.
Sleeves goes, well, okay then. Like that was literally what he said. And Sleeves is like, I remember Sleeves' face was like, Yeah. So, and then we just kind of like didn't talk about it for like 20 minutes, and then we called each other, I think, or something like that. We were all like talking, like, oh my god, what was
Can anybody intimidate? Can anybody like replicate that scream?
Dude, no, bro, that was pure rage. Like, you know, when like, dude, like, I can't. Everyone
It was like
dude, it was bad. It was scary, bro. Because like again, yeah, he's so mild.
I thought my dad just cut me like fucking, I don't know, like the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Huh?
Yeah, like those streams though, is how it all started, bro. I remember I got knocked out in the Leafs gaming league, and I was like, I'm just gonna stay. I had like 200 viewers. This is when I averaged like 15, and I just sat there. I remember the one Caps one. It was like, dude, I streamed for like 11 hours, and I was like trying to do play-by-play for the whole thing. And I remember after it, the whole time I averaged like 200 viewers, but I didn't have any subs either. Like, it was just like viewers, and I was like, oh, this is great. I remember not being able to like talk, and then every weekend I did it. Dude, there was one like psychotic month, bro. It was like during my big years, like NHL 21, like last December, not the December that passed, the one beforehand, bro. It was like I just started full time streaming and YouTube and whatever. I would make a video and then I would stream for like 5 hours or 6 hours, and then I would have like a sixes event every night except for one for like a 5-week span because I said yes to every team. And at the end of it, I remember just being like, dude, I better get the GWC gig. Like that was it. I was like, yeah, like I was just like, yo, I'm so over it.
It did pay off in the long run.
It did.
But I mean, dude, those sixes games, I mean, those will dry some eyes out.
I'll tell you what, I'll be open and honest about sixes.
Kidding,
I think during the regular season and when something isn't on the line, it's a really tough watch. Like a really tough watch. Just because, dude, when you get two like good sixes teams together, like they know what they're doing. You know what I mean? It's not like 6-5 and guys are going between the legs and whatever.
There's not much ice, yeah.
I'll say this: when it's like a finals thing and there's some money, not even the money, but just like a championship, I don't mind. I like that. But,
I can watch that too. I'm not gonna lie.
The regular season stuff is tough, and like that was like, dude, it was every night.
You know, I don't pay I never watch a regular. I'll be honest with you, but I'll tune. I'll be honest. If I see a championship game, I'm inclined to watch.
I'm more like a Game 7 final 5 minutes kind of guy, but yeah.
Yeah.
You show up. Yeah, you see it.
Like if my boy Bones on Demand's in there, I'll tune in to watch him lose.
Dude,
or something like that. You know what I mean? No, but go for it, Sleazy.
Bro, fast forwarding, bro. So now I like parlayed that at Johnny. My man Johnny Owe got me a gig with the Raptors 2K team.
That is sick.
I was like, he wanted me as like a guest for their pregame show, and I was like, sure, I can talk esports or whatever. Comes on like a day before, and he's like, yo, would you just host it? I'm like, bro, I know nothing about basketball, and I know even less about the 2K league. He's like, no, you'll be fine. I'm like, okay, bro. So I interviewed one of the players, Fanta, and he's actually sick. He's a huge like their ultimate team mode guy. He literally went all in to make the 2K league. He did. He got drafted in the first round and whatnot, and he's sick. But I interviewed him, and then he's like, just kill 30 minutes talking about like whatever. I'm like, it somehow worked out, and then I did the last two shows, and it was awesome. And then they liked it, so I was like, okay, if I can do this, I can host like anything, because I was just talking out my ass for like. Dude, like I said, dude, I had to Google what a small forward was. I had no idea. LeBron, so, anyways, they hosted like a live fan watch party for their last like 3v3 game for the regular season, and so I went to Toronto. My man Seabass from FaZe, he invited me over to the FaZe offices, so I got to go chill there for a little while.
Just a little name drop.
A little name drop. I met him in Montreal, man, at the GWC.
No bad, my boy Seabass. Yeah.
Went out for drinks and whatnot. One of the nicest, most down-to-earth people for someone who's like just insanely famous in gaming. But so yeah, he had me over to the FaZe offices, talked to him for like an hour, and then I went over to the Raptors facility, which is sick. And they had like 40 people there, like kids, fans, people that just watched their streams. Bonesy was there. He brought Jaff, and then Saphir was there, and yeah, so we hung out there for a little while, and we all got custom jerseys. Like I got a custom like NoSleeves Raps jersey. Like they gave it to everybody. It was dope. They put on a really, really good show. It was really fun.
I do like what the 2K League does. But moving forward, okay, so going back to NHL, I do feel like in some of those games, those big games, those 6 games, I feel like the game's programmed to end almost, right? Like you get to those. You know,
like,
and then going from that, we'll move into the technical testing from there. So, what do you think about that? Though you watch a lot of sixes, you know what I mean? I feel like sometimes it's like pucks on net late in those games. Huh?
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like usually when it comes to like sixes, it like usually ends on like the same face-off play. Or like, you know what I mean? Or like it's just like a muffin that rebound. Like, but that's because they play good defense for the most part. And you can't really like there's nothing to glitch. It's not like in ones where you have to set some stuff up by manipulating the goaltender to do what you want, which takes skill and thumb skill. Like they're all glitches aren't the same. It's not like you're like the curve shot NHL 08 or anything like that. Like it takes skill to set that up. But in sixes, everyone knows what they're doing really. So it's like I said, it's tough. But it does make it when every shot can potentially go in from like a tip or something busted. That's what I think sixes is like a good watch. Like I said, like finals, it gets pretty intense. But
it does.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the technical test? It came out that it was released that it's World of Chell and everything. Do you think we're gonna like? You're a game changer. I once was.
I want to talk about that actually. I want to bring that up.
We can go into it.
Technical test. I want to talk about that last because that's like the newest fresh.
Okay.
This makes me think of something. So, Sleeves, like, correct me if I'm wrong too. Going back to like your like kind of trajectory, like, didn't you go from like that Saturday broadcast stuff to like the big first like event you did was like the Red Wings one that John Wayne won and I drove up and lost and then went home like right away.
Yeah.
Was that like, the first like big one?
Dude, so like me and Johnny would like fight to be involved. This is back when like TDI was getting everything.
Yeah.
I love TDI too. I miss him. He became a chartered accountant, so he's making big bank and
snowstorm, right? Where you guys got caught in a snowstorm on the way back?
Dude, that was like that'll never forget, bro. I had to literally pull over off the highway because of how bad it was snowing. And in Canada, snow is nothing.
Event, right?
Like so like Gamers Saloon put on the event and hired in retrospect, it's actually insane. They hired Dirk and Arda to be the casters, which is insane that they were able to get them. And they hired me to like help out, like to make sure the stream went smoothly, and Johnny too. And yeah, like we weren't even involved, like we weren't casting it. It was like making sure, like, dude, I remember Rick Chell getting absolutely heated because he lost to King Zadina and he ejected his disc.
We got it. He drove to qualify because he couldn't do it online.
Dude, and he wore the GWC jacket.
That's fucking unbelievable, dude. And this guy got fucking sent back in round 1 by King Zadina.
Oh, man.
Okay, sorry. Tell the story. This is man.
I'll never forget this. Sleaze, we all joke about this. So I drive up the night. My flight gets canceled. I'm at a Blues game. I remember I'm sitting there like, do I really drive to Detroit or not? My hotel's already paid for.
You were supposed to pick up Fisher too. You got to go into that.
Fisher was like with
oh my god, dude! I forgot about that, dude.
Yeah. St. Louis, and I'm like, I'm older, obviously, so I'm like, I feel bad because he's like a college guy. I'm like, hey, Fish, like, you want me to drive you up? Because I don't know, I know how I was in my first year of college. I would have been like, if somebody older would like take me somewhere, I'd be like, oh, that's great, like that's nice. So I'm like, and Fisher's like, oh yeah, let's do it. He's like, but I can't leave till like 1 a.m. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I want to say bye to my girlfriend because she's coming back from her cheerleading competition. I'm like, dude, I'm not waiting until 1 a.m. We play at like 10 a.m. So I leave. I'm driving through like I don't even know what, like a monsoon. I have to stop in the middle of Indiana for gas, and I'm in the middle of like cornfields. I have no clue where I'm at. I'm like freaking out. I end up getting there at like I think like 4 something in the morning in the downtown Detroit, and I'm by myself.
I don't like
walking in the Westin Hotel. I'm texting Sleaze like, hey, like you know.
Did I have to wake up to come let you in my room or whatever?
No, I can't remember like what I was like.
I thought you were gonna stay in my room or not. No, I thought you were supposed to.
You a fucking bro.
That's when I met you, dude. I have a story about that night about John Wayne, dude. I got a good one.
I didn't know if I could get into the hotel because it was so late. So I was like,
that was it. Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I'm good. I'm in the room. So then I wake up, I go and I play. I'll never forget. We're doing the drawing of who everyone's gonna play. I drove like hours, like I don't even know how many hours. And Sleaze's like, wouldn't it be
You got
funny?
HK.
Sleaze goes, wouldn't it be funny if we got some top players to play each other in the first round? And at the time, like, shockingly, like, I was one of the better guys in the USA. Like, John Wayne was. HK was good. Can't remember who else was there, but you know what I'm saying.
Junior Pens.
We were the 4 best. And then And then Cookie, like, the following year. Yeah, Cookie.
Yeah, I don't think Cookie was that good yet.
Yeah, but he ended up winning GWC that year.
Yeah, like,
which is funny.
Dude, that was what a come up that was.
What a comeback, yeah.
I remember we pull the names. Sleaze pulls me. in HK, and we play each other round 1. And it's a best of 1. So I lose him in overtime. I get sent packing. I walk out of my station. I come around the corner, and Rick Shell comes flying into my face. He's like, "Can you believe this? Can you believe this? Like, I just got like ended because of a stupid like faulty disc, and like I hit the eject button." I was like trying to like understand what he was saying. I'm pissed. I lost. He's like, I hit the eject button. He gave me a power play because the Kings Adina guy was like, I think like this poor kid, I'll just give him a power play, and he still lost, and then he blamed the kid, and then I'll never forget though, like he was just spazzing out. It was crazy. Dude,
have you seen Rick Shell, man? He is a big boy now. Not in a bad way. He is he hit the gym.
Yeah.
He hit the gym and he could oh yeah, dude. He could, knock us 3 old men right out, I bet.
No.
No more knocking out discs.
That goof gets, dude.
He's knocking up discs. One of these just bopping us on the head, dude. No, okay, yo. Let me tell you about, so this is how I met John Wayne. I knew him from just hopping in his streams. You know, like when you're friendly and you just like hop into each other's streams all the time? That was it. And I still wasn't anything, bro.
You didn't have to check I'll tell you that, buddy.
Yeah, so I walked around the casino. I didn't know John, but Owe knew like CJ, I think, and John.
I knew Owe from 2018, yeah.
I was with Owe, and he was like, we're at the casino, of course, now knowing everybody. I walk up, meet CJ. John Wayne's nowhere to be found. And then John just comes flying out, and he gives me a big hug or whatever, and he's like, man, we gotta hit the tables. So before we do that, Court comes flying out too. I meet Court, and there has been just a copious amount of beers being had, and it's like 2 a.m. now. John's talking to like Holpe because Holpe was there.
And took my chips, I thought, remember?
Bro, dude. So I was, dude. He goes, Kyle goes, they've been winning a lot of money. And John's like, yo, go to that table and throw some down. He's like, okay, sure. Gives him like $100 in chips, right? He still has like another 1,000 on him. Dude, he wanders around. Some guy comes up and goes up to him and is like, yo, can I have some chips? He gave him $500 in chips to some random dude. Court comes up and goes, hey, where's the rest of your chips? And John's like, I gave it to Holpe. Holpe's like, dude, I got like 100 from you. What are you talking about? I like looked over and I'm like, dude, did you know that guy? And he was like, what guy? And I'm like, oh my god,
dude, it was
bro.
Such a strong show. I think I got the money back, right?
We did, because then we went to the table and we all bet Reds. We all bet Reds for a while. And we won a lot of money.
Yeah, we did. We were hot that night, but dude, I was hurting in the morning. I don't know if you guys remember me walking through the metal detector. And they had to go through my bags, dude. I was dry.
Yo, it was like 17 water bottles, dude. Johnny was absolutely hanging.
But you know what? Going into Detroit real quick. Last thing, Detroit's a fun city, man. People are super nice there.
Dude, it was
anywhere that's as nice as Detroit.
Best arena.
My first time meeting John Wayne was actually like a couple hours later that next morning. He comes strolling in the front door with Court and CJ, and they are sloshed out of their minds.
It was
reeks of booze. He's like, dude, I just feel so bad right now. Like, blah. We're sitting there like talking, and I'm like, all right. I'm like, well, I don't think John's gonna win today. No, he just goes out and dominates. Just get a few beers in him, and he just dominates. And like 7 hours later, he's sitting on the Detroit Red Wings bench. he's winning the tournament.
Fucking 12-footer, dude.
Me and Johnny were pounding the glass.
Him on the fucking glass, dude. Like,
I wish we could find that video, bro, because me and Johnny are like doing a slam
the other day for that. I wanted to slam it right on HK's face on a DM, dude.
Bro, what a great tournament that was. That was the beginning. That was the beginning.
Going into that real quick, 2019 was the biggest pop off as far as
100%. I think
1v1. It was sick. We had so many. And Saloon, I'm surprised that they didn't get into more of these team tournaments and league gaming kind of took over.
They tried.
But Saloon did a really good job in that tournament. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That was a dope tournament. I think I remember I was like sponsored by them for a year, and I liked Brandon. He was so nice, and Saloon is honestly where like
they are the best.
If you want to be the best player in the world, you spend time on Saloon at some point.
We'll shout him out right now at www.gamersloon.com. Hey, code NoSleeves.
Dude, I don't know if my code still works, bro. Yeah. So no, but like I think they tried to get like the GWC or other teams and whatnot, and like, dude, just that first year, I think every team was told that NHL 20, so this is NHL 19, that they were gonna have to do their own tournament for like the GWC, and so they were like, run one this year to like test it, and like every team did, and then like there was just nothing. So the next year, NHL 20, there was like 4 tournaments, whereas like 19 had like, dude, Winnipeg, Montreal, Columbus, like Minnesota, like it was nuts.
Do you think COVID had a factor with leaning that back?
COVID killed it. I remember I was supposed to go to the Blue Jackets tournament at LAN right before COVID, and we had just gotten back from Washington and Tampa. Like COVID messed up the GWC quite a bit, and then EA messed up and GWC, in my opinion, with the 4 consoles.
Now the Detroit tournament though, that being able to do that with Arda though, going back to that was like
that changed everything for me.
That was your foot in the door for GWC, which obviously, like, to fast forward, like you helped out at GWC, you did some stuff, you didn't broadcast, but then that leads me to now, because I mean, like, you've done a lot of other stuff like the Sharks and other big events, but what I'm saying is, like, this year, that definitely helped, like, from that first time meeting Arda in Detroit to where you're at now, where it's like you're the voice of GWC, and because of, you know, Arda and Nasher not being able to do GWC, because, you know, Arda's at ESPN now, Nasher's doing Bleacher Report, he's doing all this other stuff, and he's playing in, you know, all that stuff he does. So then you were the guy like that was kind of in line, and Arda trusts you enough because last year you hopped on, obviously, and you filled in from that one day that
was scary.
And that was kind of like, I feel like your game tape for this year, where they're like, look, he did this last year, he can easily handle it again this year, and now you're the main voice of GBC, and I don't see it changing anytime soon. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood, buddy. There's a lot of kids out there that want to cancel me, bro.
Wood, like, baby. I'm knocking on it.
There's a lot of kids that want to cancel you. I know that, but it's like, and kind of. Actually, that's a good time to bring up, actually, you know, we're talking about canceling. Can we bring up, I know this is not with GFC. I mean, here, everyone knows. Sleeves is the voice of GFC. Sleeves is the best. #1 voice. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks.
Now we'll talk about the biggest canceling thing.
Yeah.
Now, none of
I love getting my tires pumped, brother. I love it.
This thing right here, the canceling, like, my thing of canceling is usually, like, something involving, like, racism, homophobic stuff, like this and that, like, whatever, like, the really bad stuff. I'm shocked that people were, like, wanting, like, him to lose his job, per se, like, because so, just to go a little, like, you know, just to show everybody, the Sleeves is a game changer. There's probably, 15 game changers, 20 game changers?
Yeah, I think it's like
10?
No, I was just...
No, it's probably like 20. It's probably like 20.
It'll be 0. They don't listen. They don't listen.
Content people to people that actually, like, help out, that don't do content, and then there's like the devs and all that stuff. But Sleeves and all them, they're all in a big Discord, and this is like how I saw it. And they all, you know, were like trying to change the game for Hut. And I'll kind of like let Sleeves take it over here because he was in the Discord. And basically, I think Sleeves got like a raw deal for it because he's the biggest NHL content creator. Then, yeah, he kind of just got crapped on, I think. Anyways.
Well, so you're talking about the AP change. So this is when the AP change came. And, dude, it was a comedy of horribly timed, like, bad looks on my part. Let me be honest with you, okay? So if you want the spotlight, you got to be willing to take the fire when things aren't going right. So I'm completely okay with that, right? Like, I wanted to be like the biggest streamer, whatever, for Hut, and so when stuff goes bad, you got to just take it. Like, that's how it goes. But man, so we get a message, like probably like 4 or 5 days before the AP change happened, and it's like, here are the changes we're gonna make. Let's all get in a call and discuss, you know, what we're gonna change. And to be honest, like, to be fair, looking back on it now, I still stand by that the changes that were made were good.
They were good changes.
Yeah, like if you remember, like, the shutdown
was ridiculous.
Costing 2.
It was ridiculous.
Like, yeah, it's ridiculous.
I'm with the changes. I think that the changes were great changes. I'm with you on that. By far.
Post to post was like 4. Like,
halfway through the year, when people that don't spend money, like, they build their team.
I'll be completely honest.
Because now those players are useless, and it does suck. But I wasn't that one of those players, so I got a lot of the point where people were coming from a little bit.
This year, I learned that I was so hyper focused on the people that are like me, or that, like, live on the game. Like, they just play the game so much. So when you make a change, I'm always in that light. Like, it was great for people that like to balance the game, right? But I did not think in the landscape of the people that, you know, they don't spend money on the game, but they spend time. And when people say there's no money spent, it makes me laugh a ton. Or if they're free to play, if they say they're free to play, dog, if you spend 40 hours a week building your team, you're not free to play, because time is money.
Time is money.
Right? You are not free to play. You are no money spent. So I'm very adamant on that. But I
Me
didn't.
too.
I did not. I was not of that mindset. That how much that would impact people, and again, I think people definitely overreacted because by the end, the
That's
amount
what
of cards
NHL
that were being
is
used
doing.
at that, yeah, exactly. It's January, I think, and the
Mhm.
cards that are being used then, the only ones that would have been impacted was like that you use at the end of the year were the team of the year guys, and you could have just got their team of the season card. But regardless, so I'm in a call. Yeah, I'm in a call.
Just grab them up, so mom.
Yeah. So we get a call and the devs like use us. We play the game a ton. There's like 10 of us in the call. All the hut guys that are hut game changers are in there, and we go we go through the Nugers in there too. We go through the list, and they have already made the changes. They've already made the changes, and they're just saying, "Is this what do you guys think about this?" And really, I don't think anything off the top of my head that we said really drastically changed anything because like you got to remember it's not like we all got in a call and like this is what it is and we went one by one and we're like this is what it should be. It was like they already done it. It was basically like a it was like a second check.
And there's nothing that you're changing.
For the most part, no. For the most part. So, anyways, at the end of the call, everyone is in total agreement. Like, yeah, these changes are good. This is what will help balance the game.
Everyone in the call.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone.
So that is what was unfortunate. So I had a video that again, this is part of the timing that was so bad. It was like the 5 AP changes I would make, and I released it right before we had that call. But I knew there was going to be changes, but I didn't know what they would be. And I released a video, and like almost all of them got changed. The ones I released.
Exactly
so now,
what you had on the video?
It wasn't exactly. I think there was one that I think I said I would make post 10. Yeah, and it just so happened because when you look at the balancing of the game, if you go back and look, like it's pretty balanced in terms of the cost. I think some are like ankle breaker, for example. I think costs too little, or too much. But anyways, like for the most part, I think they're pretty close. Anyway, so that I released that, and then on stream. They release it the day of. Stupid me is like, oh my god, they listened to us, and that makes it look like that I went in there and I was like, okay, make this 2, make this 4, when that wasn't the case. But again, that was just a comedy of errors and whatnot. And I don't think I will ever take maybe not. I had never realized that the negative impact if the community or some people don't like something, dude, it was like 40 threads, and stupid me read them all.
Yeah,
like it was, dude. There was kids telling me that they hope my wife. They were like my wife. They hope that she makes enough money because you're done. There was like unsubscribe trains to try and like get everyone off my channel. Oh, dude, it was. They were calling me just like a.
But let's be honest. Anybody that says they're not gonna read that is lying, dude. I mean,
100%. And like I'd never been through it.
And when you get through it and you start reading, you're not gonna stop.
Dude, it was dark, bro. Like it was dark.
Dude, I was thinking when you saw the wife, I was thinking like they wouldn't even like I don't know. The NHL community's got a toxic trait.
What bugs me is at the end of the day, like we all play the game a lot. We all like the game. We also hate the game too. But it's like it's a video game, and I just couldn't believe some of the stuff that people were saying. It was so like weird.
It was pretty messed up. It was pretty messed up.
It reminds me almost like the Carlin stuff. It's like you have weirdos like making a profile, like wanting somebody to wishing like ill will on somebody because they're a part of a group and they're like the head of it. So you're taking like the brunt because. And I'll be honest with you, if there was a figurehead, like let's just say Clappy, and I'm just using him because he's like the only like guy that's like on Twitter kind of right now for like that's publicly known.
Never on Twitter.
Well, yeah, okay.
Recently, no, not a lot.
Or like, let's just say like, there's really,
He's blocked me.
There's no like face for EA for people to like go at. So like Sleeves is kind of like the little person in between where it's like, he's a game changer, but he also is like kind of releasing all this stuff. Like he's basically doing a job for EA without getting paid. And
he should get paid.
So like what I learned.
Than claps.
I was getting like. Here's the thing though, like as many bad people came out, there was 5 times more people that DM me being like, dude, like these are good changes, or like, dude, sorry to. I had devs being like, EA devs being like, dude, I'm sorry you're taking it because it was everywhere, right? And like that's unfortunate. I was pretty rattled that EA didn't like say something because it was like They read Reddit. Like
stop.
that's probably their most like say. And then the next day, it wasn't until like the next day, like 7 p.m. they released it and be like, no game changer has the power to make like these moves were made. Like explaining what to like in a PR way that like what happened. And it was I like I said, I took the brunt of it. I deserved it, I guess, in a sense because I want the spotlight. But like, it was a little ridiculous. I will tell you this: when it comes to like what I say to EA when they ask for feedback, I'm a lot more quiet now. When it comes to gameplay, like fundamental changes in gameplay, because you're never gonna please anyone, like everyone. When it comes to like Hockey Ultimate Team and like changing modes and adding stuff in and like quality of life stuff, dude, I'm the loudest person to try and fix that now. But when it comes to like gameplay changes and stuff like that, no shot, because there's no way to please everyone because everyone just wants to blame the game.
No, I agree, and I mean, I'll say this too, and I mean, you can say what you want to say, but I think it also made it 10 times worse. The fact that you are, I would say, number one in terms of NHL. Like, yes, Nasher, we all know that he's like whatever, but he doesn't really create NHL content anymore. But you're
Not no
number
more.
one, and at the time, Henrique's number two. I don't Thrash, whatever. I don't know like who number two, and it didn't look great when you're sitting there saying like you're getting accused of basically you're the guy that wanted to change, and then kind of Henrique kind of comes out and he's like, I mean, I'm gonna say it, like he just said like straight up, I didn't want any of these changes. So then you have like the good guy and the bad guy, and then all the people that hate or hating on Sleeves, they kind of go, well, Henrique's right, and then it created a whole bunch of drama. And then Henrique, and he's getting mad at Sleeves, and Sleeves is getting a little irritated with the slander stuff, and I don't really like blame him because when you're in the same call and everyone's in agreement, it doesn't look great when you just backtrack. Because I'll be dead honest, like I know for a fact there's a lot of jealousy from Henrique. And he wants to be Sleeves, and he just can't be Sleeves. I'm sorry to break it to you, bud. And Sleeves, you don't.
I don't know.
But like, my thing is, when you're trying to be the best, you'll do whatever you can almost sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine.
I'll be honest. I think that when it comes to like Henry specifically, I think that like there's something that you like in this. It's very tough to take criticism on like a mass scale, and I'm someone who like, dude, when your troll comes into my chat and stuff, I love it. Like I eat that stuff up. And when when trolls want to attack me and whatnot, I find it pretty funny. That was that whole like 30 thread thing about me was, like I said, it was pretty tough, man. It's dark. Like, and it wasn't just like, you suck or you have no idea what you're talking about. Like, it was deep stuff.
Personal stuff.
And like I feel like there's probably people, content creators and things like that probably wouldn't be able to handle it at all. And I don't want anyone to jump to like my safety, but yeah, like it was definitely viewed as like I wanted something different when that wasn't really the case. But like I said, no one wants to be that attacked, right? So it is what it is. The whole jealousy thing, I'll say this, dude, nice, bro. What are we drinking? That's a $10 bottle of wine. That is a $10 bottle. That's a $10 bottle of wine right there.
$12.99.
Okay, so I'll tell you this though. Last thing,
What?
the Twitch directory, like Twitch as a whole, the platform is god awful for this because what it does is it does not build up multiple people. It literally makes you be like, someone is ahead of me in the directory. So it literally just builds the like, I gotta get more views or I want to get more views and all of that, and like it's just a mess of like of that competition. But dude, I still think that the NHL to make a full-time living, and when I say full-time living, I mean like $60,000 a year. Like, I hate to break to anyone, $60,000 a year is like a 9 to 5 where you're making like 20 something an hour, right? Like that's still good. To do that in NHL is impressive, regardless of like the comparisons to other people. That's a very hard thing to do.
I'll say this. It's just like using like a lesser scale, like Josh and Gren. Like they've kind of had beef because they've been like 1 and 2 when they're both live, and you guys are live at different times, obviously, and you're on a bigger scale because you guys both do YouTube. Josh doesn't do YouTube, but it's the same kind of dog mentality. And the thing with like, I think I'll say this, like with going back to the Henry stuff real fast. It's just I think it kind of hurts your feelings, and I'm not saying like you're like, I'm not trying to make you soft. I just mean like you kind of, I feel like, took him under your wing because you're a little bit older than him. You've been through the same kind of like. You kind of gone through the same path, and I think you were like, oh, I'm going to show you, I've shown you some stuff, and it kind of, I think, like, it kind of hurt your feelings a little bit, because, like, when a dude's just kind of going against his boy a little bit.
Yeah.
And
like about the
like the just hung out at the Devils thing, and I think like a little bit after that, it's like, then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, bro, like I kind of thought we were a little like better buddies, where you're not gonna like throw me under the bus.
Like I said, so like
he didn't take it as
like I said, so like I don't take credit for like Henry growing. So to be honest, man, he was bigger on YouTube than me for a long time. I think I just found a format that I think worked for Hut. And like, so I had talks whenever he wanted to talk. I remember I had like an hour-long talk with him once about like networking and things like that. And I've been blessed with the ability to like go out and do those things. But when it came to like that instance, and then like dude, like I think I messaged him after I saw the video, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a little disappointed, man, because it kind of looks like you're throwing me under the bus, and it just kind of spiraled from there. But again, I think that dude. I'll take any creator, bro. I don't care if it's Terrio. I don't care if it's Trash. I don't care if it's John Wayne 90. If you go through that Reddit thing, like what I did, or even just Twitter, Facebook, like dude, we're all the just. I don't know. I don't want to insult anyone. All those guys live. Right? It was a tough read, and I don't blame you like for not wanting to be at all in the sights of that. But I was a little frustrated, and the way that he handled it afterwards was a little.
There's nothing wrong with it. It was just like
posting the DMs on was a little. That was bad. That was a mess.
DMs publicly, it was like immature. But like the thing is, like, and I'll say this about Sleeves, like, you guys, people can hate on him and stuff, and there's a lot, like, jealousy's a sickness. I've always heard that phrase. And it is. Jealousy's a legitimate thing. And a lot of people are jealous, and I'll say that, and you don't have to say it, but the thing that I will say is, like, Sleeves, and I know him, he's literally told, like Thrash, for example, like, recently, he's, like booming, and he's killing it and stuff, and Sleeves, like, dude, man. I'll be honest with you, I think Thrash is going to be bigger than me, and Sleeves doesn't say this in a way. Sleeves isn't like, dang it, he's going to be bigger than me. He's like, he's killing it, and, like, he's being honest, and he's, like, happy for him. Like, I don't think people realize that, like, you're not, like, oh, like, dang it, Henry got more views than me today, or, oh, so, like, you don't care, like, and so that's why I think it's just, like, I think people don't realize, and I think that's, like, I don't care if, like, maybe you won't say that, but I think that's part of it, too, because it'd be the same thing if John Wayne's my boy, or, like, I've done things with John Wayne, and then he kind of, like, throws me on the bus, that just kind of hurt your feelings, I think, a little bit. That's about it. Yeah,
and to be honest, like, at the end of the day, like, I don't think he did it on purpose, with the intent to be like, yo, I'm gonna get him, right? You know what I mean? But, like, no. it did not help the situation, because, like, if at the time, this is before Thrash had, like, his big boom, we were, like, number 1 and 2, right? So it wasn't a good, like, the thing about Thrash, he is killing it. If you can kill it on YouTube, you will kill it on Twitch. And I'll be honest, man, I think that there's a real shot that he is gonna lead the directory. And if that's the case, like, money isn't like the thing. Like, I've never cared about money, which is probably like a really unhealthy thing.
No.
But dude, I just don't care about it. Like, like as long as I'm like growing.
But I like money. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna say no to it. Like, you know what I mean?
I like money, dude.
I like doing the crazy, like, dude, I streamed for 400 straight days. And then it ended. Like, that was cool.
So,
can
we go into something real quick? Yeah. We're gonna move on real quick. And this is gonna touch base, but all the big, like, I'm just gonna say it, but if Josh or like Gren or somebody picked up YouTube, that's actually, they're fucking sick at the game, dude.
Bro,
like,
Kesso?
I mean, all you guys are, I mean, I love you guys, but you're like, you know what I mean?
I'll be honest with you, dude. I've said this a number of times. If Kesso didn't have an important job where, like I was making like 60 a year, and my room for growth is maybe I make 80, and working a 95, I had a really easy job, like I loved it, but I hate having a boss.
Okay, but this is what I was getting at. Sorry. No. It's more about gameplay and stuff, like tips and shit? Or do you think it's more about they just want the content and the personality? You know what I mean? So maybe they don't have what it takes.
I honestly think what I was gonna say though is that if Kesso did what I did full time, he would be like the biggest creator, because a lot of it,
personality, dude.
A lot of it on YouTube. Yeah, but man, like, you gotta understand, like, I might be a little bit more bubbly, a little bit more, a little bit more outgoing, I guess.
100%.
But he is so informative. Tip videos are the ground. Are like, if you can make a good tip video and edit it well, not like Pogs where he did the one Pogs video.
I go and watch Madden videos from day one. Always.
Yeah, dude, like those like the
it's
tip
a different
videos.
game. I get that, but
like YouTube is like, dude, if you get, I'll never forget, dude. The NHL 21 launch, I went from like 11,000 subs on YouTube in October to like 24 by December. And I doubled what I had made in the prior 3.5 years on YouTube, and it all went to Twitch. And I shot. But
you're smart because you do use a lot of regs. You use a lot of. I mean, you do.
You gotta, man. If people are better than me, dude, that's the thing. Like,
no, that is it. I wasn't trying to put you guys down by no means. I'm at that
no.
level too. But I'm saying you do a good job of using the you know what I mean? I mean, Riggs is a very knowledgeable kid. Like, I mean, at the game,
but he has no interest in like creating content.
No, and I mean,
I like
that
editing.
You can get out from him is great content that
listen,
nobody else takes advantage of.
Here's what it comes down to. I've said this to Sleeves before. The reason why I think Sleeves is big, he's not the best player in the game. He doesn't know every little thing about the game. He doesn't know, but he's always, and me and him always joke. It's like when you come off like you know what you're talking about, even if he's not like he doesn't know it fully.
It's true. That is true.
Convincing.
Padre's just exposing my tricks, dude. Like,
yeah, it is true.
Make Sleeves like, which like that's why it's like if you want to like look at it like a pecking order, it's just like it's clean. Everything's clean. Everything.
That goes in life. Confidence is key, dude.
Here's the thing. He has a business mind. That helps because at the end of the day,
yeah,
Sleeves does.
It's a business for him because that's his livelihood. The other thing is just the fact of like you said, networking. I don't think there's.
I love networking, bro. It's my favorite thing, and it's probably been the thing that benefited me the most.
Out of the by far, you get the best networking.
And here's the thing: I've told him this. Like, it's the same kind of thing with like my thing with like the emergency goalie thing, and I'll never forget this. Cam Jansen told me this, and the guy that played for the Blues and the Devils,
Cam Jansen.
He told me this.
Cammy Jansen.
He goes milk or like not milk it, but he's like do every single interview, do every single thing you asked. The night that I did the warm for the Blues, and I did, and it's parlayed into things like I've done things with Spit and Chicklets, I've done things with the NHL, and I've done nothing. I don't create content, I don't do anything, and it's the same thing with Sleeves. It's like him coming up to me a long time ago and being like, hey, I'm NoSleeves. From then on, it's just that kind of stuff. When you network with people and people remember your face and they remember like everything, when your face is everywhere in this community, it's kind of hard not to be like,
dude, like that's a big thing, man. Like exposure.
Oh, literally, I have guys that are like, they're just like my friends in real life. They're like, I know NoSleeves. I'm like, how do you know NoSleeves? And they're like, I don't know. I watch his videos. I'm like, why? But like, and I'm not being mean. It's just like, I'm like, well, wait,
yeah, dude.
Like, why do you watch it? Oh, because he knows what he's talking about with the HUD stuff. There you go, just like that.
Yeah, dude, like that, like, dude, I've the 1 year, like last year, I was like, I don't care about numbers, I just want exposure. So like with GWC, I did every event for every team because I just wanted my face there. So like that, like, you know, like that's how like it became like a thing. And then this year, the GWC, it can't get any higher. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like that's why I started doing the stuff with the Raptors. It looks like I'm gonna be doing their pregame show next season, like for the full year, which was awesome. And we'll see where it goes from there. I met a big guy, like a big marketing partner that works for MLSE at the fan event. We started talking about like Reefs Gaming League and stuff like that. Like it's just crazy that kind of stuff. And you know, it's been fun, dude. I'm not gonna lie though.
Okay, so moving forward, Sue, you got a question? Because I was gonna move it to Lazarus.
I always say this like. No, it's fine. Like, what's more fun? It's like getting this X amount of dollar paycheck in the mail. Okay, cool, whatever. Goes in the bank account. Or like, hey, I just got to meet like what his name?
Dude, Bettman, bro. The Bettman thing was it.
Like, I got to meet Paul Bissonnette. I got to meet this.
To me.
And it's not to be a jock sniffer. It's just the fact like. Because, like, if you grow up as a hockey fan or you grow up, like we all want to be in the NHL when we're kids. When that happens, okay, we're not in the NHL. And then it's like, well, what's the best next thing? I want to be involved in hockey. That was my thing. And then it's like, I can be involved in hockey with a video game? Like, are we kidding?
I mean, dude, like, the kind of the crazy thing is, like, dude, Stu gives me shit for this all the time, but, like, I had never been to a Sharks game in the tank. Because I've always been broke. I've been broke my whole life, bro. I've been broke my whole life, and I've gone to like 30 Sharks games, but never in the tank. And having the team fly me out there and get like the VIP, I took over their Instagram. They had me do a bunch of stuff, walking around the thing all throughout the arena. They showed me all stuff. I was like, I sat there in the thing, and I remember I texted Arda, and I was like, I sent him a video, and I was like, dude, none of this would happen if it wasn't for, like, Detroit. Like that, you know what I mean? Just because, like, Arda always had my back. He always gave me references. He is the ultimate, like, bring someone up. And, man, like, that's a big reason why.
He's just a good
That's
dude.
a big reason why what I did with Grizz this year.
Yeah,
I needed someone. I needed someone.
Yeah,
that
you
was
passed it along, dude. Honestly, and that's respectable.
In life, you need people to go to bat for you at times, and it is what
Oh,
it is.
yeah.
And you need people. You need connect. That's where your connections come in.
And that's what networking is all about, dude. I mean, honestly,
dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I like helping people. Like, so, like, at the base level of, like, if you look at my channel, the things every year they get the most amount of views, like 50 to 100,000. It's always my tip videos because I enjoy, like, for the most part, being like taking a Div 10 dude and be like, yo, this is how you self sauce. Figure it out. Like, this is, you know what I mean? Like, showing them just that kind of stuff. Like,
it's cool because even though where we are, where we're at, obviously we know all that stuff, but so a lot of people don't.
The amount of people hours I have wasted.
Like, oh, you fucking
with
idiot!
You two, the amount of hours I've wasted with you two on the phone, asking me what hut cards to go and get is gonna drive me up the wall, dude.
I leave there and I go,
dude.
Oh, fuck, Sleeves don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Dude,
why am I asking Sleeves when
you'll still come back?
Sucks, dick. I'm just
still
kidding.
Come back.
Still listen to you, dude. I know. It actually kills me. So I still ask you, and I'm like, dude, I should know, dude.
You should. You two, dude, it kills me. You're just versus kids. That's all it is. If it wasn't for GWC, you wouldn't be playing HUD.
Dude, because I'm like, dude, here I am fucking asking Sleeves, and I'm like, dude,
that's it, man.
What the fuck am I doing,
dude? Grind. I'll say this about Grind. Grind gives me props because he knows that if I actually had thumbs, I'd be half decent in this game because I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm talking about. But
you do. But I will say this about the team building. I get two different vibes. Like, you like a certain type of player. If I go to Stu's into the 6'8",
dude, Stu's like Pens, bro. He likes, bro, like, it's.
Yeah, Stu fucking has his he asks, but he already knows what he's gonna do.
Oh, dude, you two are the exact same, bro.
And hey, in 99 HUT, I'm right, but then when it became versus this year, Regs was right in using the smaller guys like DeBrincat.
Yeah, man.
It has to do with the game too. PS5 versus Xbox, dude.
Exactly. It's all relative to what's going on currently in the game. Now, like, shifting away from like all that stuff to like close out here the last like few minutes or so. So we got the NHL 23 technical test. That used to be a beta, but now we call it technical test. So
is that the beta? It is the beta technically.
That's what they call it.
So
okay, my bad.
Love 22. We all bought 22. We all played it a lot. We're all gonna play 23. We're gonna buy 23. So it's
an addiction.
Yeah, it's just
we will.
It is what it is.
We love it.
Hockey, and if it's not hockey, I probably won't play it.
22, and I hate the game. I'm not gonna.
It's my least. I can't stand 22.
So like, we don't know anything about the game. Like, I'll be honest. Like, we're all old here. I used to go back to the days. I used to log on to IGN.com, and I was looking at the news.
I loved IGN, bro.
I did too.
You see the screenshots, and they'd be like, here's 10 screenshots, and then the next day, here's 15 screenshots, and then it would bump it up, and I was like, man, this is so cool. Like, look, you can see the guy's sweat coming down his face.
Yeah.
Now we're at the point where, like, we get nothing, and
nice.
we're kind of just waiting for this technical test, and, like, I'll be honest, I played one game of the technical test last year.
I played 0, because it was the show.
Yeah.
There was no 1v1. So.
I don't get my jimmies in a rustle over the whole technical test thing, so it's kind of just, like, whatever.
Is it?
Now, I've kind of like asked some of the people I know, like, what's really going to change this year, and I think there's a really big guesstimation that we might see crossplay. Who knows if it works? Hopefully it works. Obviously, it affects people like me and John Wayne a lot because we're like the top 1% that it affects. But
why?
I think it's a great thing long term, and if it gives like a base, platform to kind of build off of, kind of like NHL 15, we've just built off it. Hopefully that's the thing. But what do you guys think about, I guess?
Why does it affect us? Why does it affect us, Stu?
Because you can't find a game because you're so high rated.
Game, and I think it also helps. You're never gonna have the best players at GWC. You're never gonna have the best players for everything. I get that, but I think you're gonna see if it really is PS5 and Xbox X next year for GWC, and you combine them both. You are going to see the best of the best for the most part because there's no more like, oh, I'm going to go to this console and dodge this guy. And I'm gonna like, it is, you got to play each other. There's no more like dodging. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Like, so that's what I'm saying. I think it affects me and you more than like.
When it comes to like the tech test and whatnot being 6 is like, it like sucks because it's the reason why it's like a technical test is like so that they can like test and see if the server that they have built for NHL 23 actually like operates. But, like, anywhere in terms of, like, impacting the game, I can't stand... Because, like, more people play World of Chell than 1v1. Like, Hockey Ultimate Team included. Fine. But, like, dude, I don't understand. It's like they only pay attention to that. Like,
Dude,
it frustrates me so much.
Dude. It makes $0. The guys that work on World NHL, can I say this? Those guys work. They actually lose money. EA Sports Canada loses money by paying those guys because those guys make zero profit for their company.
You know
what
so
person in this world, even a McDonald's, whatever, go to a fast food restaurant, they make money for their company. They're making something for their company.
Yeah. I gotta say this.
It's the fucking business model,
bro.
That they're going to hire somebody to give out free hockey bags and be like, dude, hey, this guy's grinded all year. This guy paid money. But no, you know what, dude? Why don't you come be on the same level, dude? I play NBA 2K for 4 fucking days a year. Yep. Maybe when I'm bored as fuck. Me and Josh, we hop on there, dude. You know what the first thing I do is I go to the store. And I buy VC.
Buy those badges, buddy.
Shit. Like, dude, it is just it's a Canadian thing.
I got a great gap year story.
From America, it is a total Canada give out model. And and this is the reason, and this is the last of the rant. You need to do it because it grows the game, because it lets them pay more people to develop the game, because it's all profit from there. Yeah. Your biggest game mode's not making money. That's a problem.
So I saw a tweet, and I think it was started from Nasher, about why is there not being able to just buy whatever skins and stuff you can use the game. Let me tell you guys, here's an insider for the gap year that no one else knows about. John Wayne had a leave of absence from the Game Changer program. He got shown the door with a swift boot right in the ass. And let me tell you, the basis of how it started and the meltdown that John had probably could have handled it far better than he did. But John got all excited, and he went after about the fact that there's no bag system where you can just buy the stuff that you want, and he lost his mind. And he got kicked for it. But nonetheless, the president of Sixes, he strikes again. He was trying to get you guys that back in NHL 20.
No, dude, I didn't get shown the door. But, dude, it started, I don't know if you remember, but it was over the auto sauce.
And then it turned into the
fucking $15 money game from where you win it back to the D and somebody passed it across. And I know he didn't sauce it. He just clicked RT. But because it was like, I don't know. Dude, some stupid guy had like 90+ passing. Dude, there's a sauce button. I tried asking Ben Ross, and he's like, well, that guy is 95+ passing. I mean, it's just a given. He gets an auto sauce animation. It's like, dude,
man,
what is this fucking button, buddy?
Yeah.
Like, I can't. Like, dude, saucing creates the risk of, when you do it, there's a risk.
There's no aim on it. There's zero aim. Like, there's zero help.
Control. And if somebody has to hit that button and they actually backdoor me, I can live with it. Nice pass, because if you're not good at 7 times out of 10, I know he does. 7 times out of 10 that it's not going to work.
Yeah, Nippin' Biscuits wants to claim that he's the saucer. He's.
But that's the.
First year he went to GWC.
Dude.
We used to go at it, and he goes, "You got to teach me one thing before I go to GWC."
Dude,
and I said, "Yeah, I will show you." I remember you calling me, and you're like,
"I'm giving you shit.
I'm giving you shit." You made it. You're like, "Dude, I'm gonna be honest. Like that sauce, like I scored some goals off it." I'm like, "Well, there you go."
Junior Pens DM me when I had like 3,000 YouTube subs in the first GWC. After the I didn't even watch the GWC. I watched it on a replay. Pens sent me a Twitter DM being like, "Hey man, I just want to say thanks. Love your videos. I use your strategies in GWC." That was the first tweet I got from. I was like, dude, I had like 50 Twitter followers at the time. I was like, oh my god, dude.
Fucking using GWC.
Dude, he won the big ones with sleevesy strats, bro.
I love it. Yo, going back though. It really, this is my bone to pick, and it's okay. I'm not going to go too much into it. It does need to be, you can leave RNG in the game. Hockey is RNG in real life. There's bounces, dude. I mean,
which I think is what makes 22 so awful.
But it's something like that where you take that aspect out of RNG, and it does improve the game a little bit. Because you know you're not getting fucked by somebody that has 95+ attributes that you can't control passing the puck. Like, dude, if you hit RT, it should be on the ice. If you hit RT, it should be a sauce.
Well,
it's just common knowledge.
It goes back to kind of like with GWC. You need to pick your lane. You either pick it, we're going to make the game arcadia-ish, or we're going to go and just go full RNG, which is kind of what they did this year. And
this year is definitely
arcadia-ish. I'm an arcadia-ish guy.
We had this conversation today, and I think a lot of it is everyone's always like, oh, the old gen was better. The old gen was better because it was arcade and all that stuff. I think just like our society in general, and this is like a whole nother rant, but it's like
deep.
It's just our society in general. Everyone's just so spoiled now when it comes to this stuff, where it's like there's more complaints than ever now. Everyone has a voice now.
Everybody has a voice. Everybody has a voice.
There's Facebook. There's back in the day, dude. If you want to get a message at you, I had to go on the EA forums and make a thread, and then Bob Richards would get it taken down because he'd spam a YouTube video 45 times.
This is This is the best part. There was no fucking tuners back in the day, boys. You could sauce it around the boards. Your goalie'd come out. There's a wide open net, buddy.
Oh
Like,
yeah, dude.
that was getting fixed. There was line change glitches. There was all this. But dude, it did create for skill gap. I don't care what you say, man. There was a
Dude,
there was
21
a
had goal. The thing about 21 that like if you put the I'll be honest, if you put the passing model and intercept model back on like they did for 22, I love 21. And like part of the reason is because they're glitch. I hate the word glitch goal because that's such a negative thing, but it almost needs to happen because it allows you if you can successfully pull off a very hard goal that glitches the goalie. It's like you can't just sit in the middle,
21.
and you can't just sit in like
dude, Sleeves, you could go down the boards and shoot.
That was bad.
Like, what are we talking? A 2-on-1 was a goal.
Oh, 100% was a goal.
No, I hated 21. Now 20. I mean, or 19.
20 was in
obviously.
29 was 19 the half toss.
Other news, boys. News across the pond from EU. Oh no, it's over there. No, moving on.
No, like I think this. Me and Sleep talked about this a few days ago. I think like one of the biggest problems just like with this game and just like in trying to just like the hype of like World of Chell and stuff and even just tournaments in general.
Okay, yeah.
This whole mentality of like money back in the day, like the love of the game is like gone. It's like now people only play, and I'm looking at like why like World of Chell's not as like sexy as it used to be. Like why is like why do we only play our Hut Champs games and that's it? You know what I mean? It's like I feel like the love of the game is gone. Where like me and John Wayne used to grind versus Sleepers, and I know you didn't. Sleazy. We used to grind in 09 for a trip to Vancouver to like.
Fuck, I did it for free.
To hang out with our buddies in a 6-day. I think in like League Gaming, League Gaming's great. There's a lot of good things it does.
I love League Gaming.
Yeah.
League Gaming does a lot of good things. But it's also like ruined. Just like let's just play sixes tonight because everyone's like, I got LG at 8, I have LG at 9, and then I got my ESHL at 10 and 11. So I'm not getting on tonight unless I have to play that. And it's just like
GWC has changed Hut entirely.
Ruined Hut because me, for example,
me neither, Stu. Hey, but this is the thing about Hut is there's no leaderboard, dude.
That needs to change. Like I will never forget.
Care too much about the leaderboard, but these young kids, dude. I remember when
you need something.
You need something to show you're improving.
Yeah. You need to be able to see. You need to be able to see your opponent.
It's not an improve. Like it is, but at the same time, it's not, dude. Like you want to see how you progress through the year as far as ranking. Like, hey, I'm the number fucking 16 in the world.
Part of me wonders if, like, again, this is like a way deeper thing than it needs to be. But EA and just like other sports games, or even Halo, there's like no way to see your kill to death or your stats because it's like, dude, they don't want bad people to know they're bad, bro. Like, dude, when you played Battlefield, the recent one that just came out, it blew me away that you couldn't hit select in the start of the middle of the map and see how people were doing. I was like, what? Dude, you couldn't see, bro. I was just, and then in Halo too.
It's world anymore, not to get into it, but Jesus criminy, man, like,
dude, it blows me away because it's like, bro, back in the day, man, like
drive, dude. I mean, I used to fucking hate Stu. I wanted to ream his neck, dude. Like me and Stu used to go at it, and Stu beat me every goddamn time. And now if we play, it's ping. Oh yeah, ping. But he didn't know about it back in the day when he used to dick me. You know what I mean? Sleeves,
that's
you know?
so funny, yeah, exactly.
But Stu always gave me the clap, dude.
It's just like the fact, like, I think these gaming companies know, like, to optimize, like, to get the most, like, people playing, and it's like, it's kind of like...
You gotta dumb it down, you gotta make it, yeah.
Well, it's kind of like Gamer Saloon, like, you come on there with $20, you play John Wayne, you play Josh, you play Gren, you lose all your money, you're not gonna come back. So it's like the same kind of thing, like, with Hut Champs, how many guys think about this with Hut Champs? How many guys start out, they go 0-4, and they go, I'm done for the weekend, I'll see you next weekend, and that's, like, the thing of, like, where, with Rivals, there's no, like, wait, you just lost to Kesso 7-0, or you just lost 4 games, like, you don't know, everyone's just, no matter what, you're winning because you're getting points, like, so it's,
you're getting packs.
Yeah, I can't stand that. Like what Rivals is like.
And moving in from Hut, okay, Sleeves. We've asked everybody this, and this is, I know we're getting towards the end. What do you think about the whole format? And am I wrong to say about
JVC?
Well, yeah, it being Hut. I get that it's Hut, but you limit a lot of people that don't grind all year. You get what I'm saying with signups, and that's what JVC I feel like cares about. So why not do it versus when it's not televised? So and then I want you to touch on that, and then I want you to go into how you feel like if there would be any changes from what you've heard real quick. You know what I mean?
is this thing?
Oh, Stewie's got his
All right, so we're back. My AirPod died again, just like last week. Because we're doing so many hot takes right now that we're just burning up my AirPods. Anyways.
hey, if there's any sponsors out there, Astro, if you guys want to donate to this guy some
They need them,
Jesus Christ.
No, like, so the GWC format about it being Hut and Versus. So, like, here is the issue. The amount of people that just play Versus now that are good at the game, I think that's how you determine the best player. But you're never going to find enough people, because no one plays Versus anymore, because no one just cares about the leaderboard. Like, it's dead. I mean, Sipful just played 240 games in the month of July, which is just
Sleeves,
unbelievable.
If it was Versus, like Hut was no longer a thing for GWC, I'd be on the Versus leaderboard.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So like Hut, but like the problem is like I think EA's still involved, but I also think that it's still the most played 1v1 mode by far, right?
Yes.
So there are things about Hut that I like. If GWC starts early in the cycle where it's not like everyone, and if people like earned qualifiers, like I don't know what it's going to be, but like say you like qualified in like November. There was a couple of tournaments where you could qualify and you qualified in November and that like guaranteed you a spot in like April or March or whatever. Then you don't have to like grind the whole time
That's
or whatever
true.
that you
That's
know.
true.
Like that'd be one way to fix it, because like
That's
I think
that would be sick.
the fact that it's in game, I think is the best for GWC in terms of like signups, because the second you make them go elsewhere, and they do have to register on websites or whatever, but if you make them go and play ladder games, you're gonna lose like half the people because people don't want the friction of like going to websites and whatnot. So I understand that.
You're talking with 20 games to play to be included, right?
Yeah. Like I think that that's a portion that needs to still be in, because again, I think that like some guy who doesn't know he's good, Lebanese man made the land, right? So like we'll see. But as long as
it's a factor of 4 consoles, I'm just gonna say.
Yes, it 100% is a factor for consoles. But what's messed up is that if anyone that says that the game is ice tilt and whatever, the fact that the same 2 kids have made the finals 3 years in a row on 3 different games on 3 different consoles, that like eliminates all of that. Like
Agreed.
It's
and I've
insane.
been on record saying this, that besides, I think that the best players made it this year.
1 and 2 for the last 3 years have made it. Even
even after that, name. I mean, I think that fucking all of them are good.
They are. It's not that they're bad. I think that the 2 and 8
and Jost were the best 4 players I think this year.
100%. Yeah, like I agree. I
mean, well, he was that band. Okay. Oh, fuck. I was gonna say something. I was just
gonna say, like, there's pros and cons in a million different ways you can look at it. I've always said I wish they'd go back to Versus and have Versus all the way up until
Me too.
It's an awful look.
I know. Until the point
for the league, it is.
But how is it an awful look?
I'm saying going Versus to the point of the stream portion. And I talked to Chris Gollier about it in St. Louis during the All-Star game, and he said he didn't like seeing Penguins versus Penguins and Tampa versus Tampa, and I get that. But the part that's
it's not even casted.
Right, you could still have the fantasy draft part, but the problem is, like I've heard Slee say before, like you have Sidney Crosby wearing an Oilers jersey or whatever, and that also looks goofy to an average viewer too. It's just a matter of like who your target demographic really is, who you're really catering to, what you really want. Do you want the Cinderella stories where I'm representing the Blues, John Wayne's representing the Yotes, Sleeves is representing the Sharks, or do you want just like Gren representing, I don't know, like the Blue Jackets.
It's like me representing the Sharks, dude. If they would have DM'd me, I would have told them to kick rocks. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just not a Sharks guy, dude. Like,
I think that there's just no way to get, like in Madden, there's like such a big player base that like you're able to do that. I think in NHL, like you're never gonna find someone in Anaheim that could be an Anaheim Ducks fan, live in Anaheim, and be like that. Yeah, like
true.
It's just.
But Sleeves, this goes back to where if you do pick your team to play in a tournament to get in, then that's your team. It's your bracket, dude.
They already said NHL.
A lot of the guys that might not be their favorite team, but they pick according to like where people are going sometimes, and that's okay. I mean, hey, whatever, because like
I'll say this. I'll give my so I don't know if anyone else has been more involved with esports over the last few years than me, and I will be willing to bet that this is the best GWC that we've ever had this year. I think that the effort that they're putting into it from like even right now they're working on it. So
confirming GWC next year, Sleeves.
Yeah, GWC is gonna happen next year. Yeah, that's not like it's not happening. Yeah, like they want multiple. They want like the lands. They want Vegas again. Like that's been said. But like I said,
it's the place to do it. Let's be.
Yeah, 100%. Like it just is such a good like.
It's just great, dude.
Yeah,
There's something about it, you know.
They're being much more receptive to the community. I mean, dude, Kevin, the man who's been kind of front running, has been messaging like Stu messages him and messages him back
he's the
about
man.
like format.
He is the man. He's the man.
He is doing his due diligence, and he's become a really good friend of mine, like from working all the events and whatnot. And like I said, man, I've like he's that's his job this year, or a big portion of it, and he's gonna do a good job. Like we are gonna get the best GWC this year, but after this year, I don't know.
I've always said we're blessed to even have a GWC. Like
we are,
I mean?
Bro. That's the thing, man. Kids don't realize, bro.
Last year of what we went down, we are very, very blessed. These kids are really like. I'm not even talking for me because I doubt I'll ever make it.
You know what's messed
but
up,
these
man?
younger kids are so lucky to have GWC.
Dude, what's messed up is like all the people that got banned and whatnot. Could you imagine how many more people we'd still have sending DMs like that? Because of what GWC has like done to like clean it up. Like,
I hope it doesn't set a precedent that shit gets people out. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to.
I won't lie. I mean, if you want my take on the bans,
you know what I mean?
It's
just annoying for everyone. I think
the lifetime thing was too strong. I think that they had just. I don't think they wanted to deal with all the. They wanted to deal with like what Flock did, bro, just outing everyone because he got kicked or whatever. Like they were just like, hey, you know what? If they want to act like this, it is what it is, and they gotta do it. But we'll see like if anything's changed and whatnot. But you just gotta be better online, right? Like this isn't really anything new.
No. And the last thing that I want to touch on about GWC is I think that the format has to change as far as draft. Gren getting McDavid is with 99 speed, 99 acceleration. I'm not just saying because it's Gren. Anybody gets that card. I mean, dude, you're talking about the third line demon on these pairs have speed.
He didn't win.
Well, Briggs is absolutely disgusting.
He didn't win, dude. But no, I think that
dude, like it is.
I'll tell you this. I think that you rank, like how you qualify. Well, let's say it's the same.
Briggs
if you finish number 1,
dude.
If you go 25-0 or whatever it is, and you have the highest points, you should lock up 1. Like you should. I think that
I don't think it should be a draft format. I think that you should have like, dude, if you want McDavid too, you cannot use this much cap. I think a cap format's very enlightening.
That's interesting. That's interesting. I mean,
don't you think? Like, I think multiple people should have McDavid, but it's how you budget your team.
Confusing to the average viewer.
I don't even know if these kids can add. I don't know if these kids can add and subtract though, because they're taking gap years and stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, dude, they can add and subtract this fucking hot cards, but yeah.
What are they? They're gonna learn basic economics.
It's like the 1 year that everybody had a punter as their quarterback in Madden because they didn't want to use cap and the ball was ran. No, I'm just saying it's kind of interesting. It creates a philosophy. Not everybody take McDavid.
I think when it gets to that final stage, man, like the draft, I think the draft portion is the coolest part of the whole tournament, to be honest with you.
It's not even public.
Yeah, I mean, I got to stream it, but it wasn't like it was kind of thrown together last minute and stuff. Like I said, I think this year, I would love to see a roadmap that's very early. That's like December 11th. Here's what's gonna happen. January, whatever. This is called like
a Twitter account just for the GWC, just an easy thing like that. I mean,
maybe something like that. I don't know. Like again, I don't know.
Hey guys, we have a tournament. I mean, just little things like that.
In July, I just hate that we go from 99 hut to 89 versus. You know?
Yeah, exactly. That was very different. But usually you get the best players when it hits that stage. Like that's you know what I mean.
No, honestly, like you said, you hit it in best. The best 2 players obviously made it both times, or all 3 times.
Either way, boys, we could sit here until 5 in the morning and probably talk about things.
We will after we cut this out. I'm telling you right now.
But honestly, we'd have sleeves on and do this.
We'll have sleeves on a lot of times of the year.
Again, and this was fun, and like I said, I wish Joshy was here, but I don't know, going forward, how often we're gonna be able to guarantee Josh.
Dude, I want that for any gap year fans that are fans of Josh. Let me tell you, I set up a stream where Josh could go one-on-one with Ben Ross in a call, and he slept through it at 2 p.m. So I want everyone to realize that I will never go out and ask Josh to do anything ever again. I had the content hurricane created, and dude, Josh is like, nah, I'm gonna sleep till 4 in the afternoon.
This is the one where you just talked to Ben Ross, right?
That was it, bro. It was supposed. Dude, I literally was like, let's get Josh. Let's get Josh, and you two can debate. And Ben was like, okay. And I was like, oh, this is it, bro. This is the stream to end all streams.
I know we're ending. God. But until Ben Ross fixes his.
Loved him.
I don't. Until Ben Ross fixes his brain, we're done, dude. I mean, it's just like every
Danny.
year it's worse and worse
Ben
and
are
worse.
live, dude.
They need fucking the big tall fuck rammer to take over, dude.
Ross to change that freaking profile picture of that baseball for God's sake.
He loves the baseball.
Dude, no wonder he's been making the game wrong this whole time, man. He's got a fucking hockey stick out there, buddy.
Listen, I can't blame him for that because you had that EA Sports profile picture as your profile picture on Xbox for 30 years, John Wayne. Anyways, this was an episode. We'll have Sleazy.
I actually EA and I do have it.
We'll have Sleazy back on. Follow his all of his platforms. NoSleeves Game. You'll stumble across him somehow. Thank you for coming on. This was fun. We'll be back next week for episode 6 of The Gap Year.